what happens with most people is the same as what happened with that client, Anna, is that until they have something as clear as a blueprint, they're unable to productize their business. So, there's a lot of founders of companies at the moment that are living in their cars or back living with their mother because they're so focused on the end goal of making millions of dollars, whereas realistically the first step is to get a baseline. And that baseline, as you know, is what's going to pay for the power, what's going to put food and coffee on your table, and what's going to give you your weekly salary. And in any business, that's the first part of productization, is to make sure that you have a product that essentially rolls out the door and literally covers all your basic expenses. If you're a consultant, it could be a training course or something like that. But if you're a tech company, it could simply be the first version of your app or whatever you're doing.
Yeah, but it's crazy now that you talk about people's baseline products. I look at, a time where people go through difficult times in their business. They're always focused on what's going to be my product, what's going to be my service. And I have found that people who's got a blueprint sort of have the mindset of, let's first look at the value proposition of what I'm going to offer. Then once I have a value proposition, then I'll think about product and services. And you know what? I blame the educational system for this mindset issue, because I think entrepreneurs has been taught, let's have an idea, let's package the idea, and then let's sell the idea. So products and services get established by default. Whereas a blueprint really say, let's look first what I have to offer to the client, let's see what's my value proposition, and then let's go and look what's my baseline product. Is that what you're saying?
Well, absolutely. And I think I can make it as simple as like this coffee, because, if I'm a cafe, my baseline product is I sell coffee and tea.
Simple, right?
Right, it's simple. Maybe a few muffins, maybe a couple of sandwiches, right? That's my baseline. But then after I've secured that baseline, I can move to the next area, which is my stretch. And my stretch might be, wow, I can actually go into catering. I can start delivering coffees, teas, cakes, and sandwiches to local businesses, homes, whatever, and I can run a catering business. And they realize maybe I get a driver to deliver, and suddenly they've got a stretch product, which, it might be in their reach, but it's out of their grasp. And then from there, they can actually move to the grand slam, which is, I've got a brand now, I've got a lot of people coming, everybody wants my cafe, I need to expand. Maybe I get other sites, maybe I franchise, or maybe I do something like that. The issue is for entrepreneurs that they focus on the grand slam and go broke trying to hit that and not have a baseline.
There's nothing wrong with starry eyes, but you do need that baseline. I mean, that's something that Anna did fantastic. She just had that blueprint, had the value proposition, then out of that, as an expression of, came a brilliant baseline, like you said, the coffee that the cafe serve. Then came the stretch products and services. She's quickly going for Grand Slam now.
Well, she's very close to Grand Slam.
Flying, yeah.